And welcome back to Behind the Footlights with Hardin-Simmons University. We're here with Dr. Victoria Spangler, Director of Time Stands Still, the opening production of the 2019 semester. Now, Dr. Spangler, we have a few questions about this show. Specifically, why did you come out and pick this show?
Well, I try to find things that are going to be a variety when we choose our season, and I really wanted to direct a show in the lab. Typically, our lab theater is reserved for our students to direct, in which we have had one already this year. This year. And I really wanted to direct a show in the lab. And then I tend to like contemporary conversational drama. And I wanted something, we do 2 musicals a year, it's wonderful for our musical theater students, and I wanted something that our acting students could really sink their teeth into.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Have you noticed any challenges during the process of directing this show? Any new things that have popped up?
Well, I have 4 actors, a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and they're all 4 incredibly talented, gifted actors. I mean that sincerely. And they are really smart actors. They're thinking actors. This play is written in an extremely conversational style. So the playwright has some symbols that he uses. For example, if there's an asterisk at the end of a line, that means that the character continues to speak his next line, even if there are other characters that interject things.
I see.
You know? And just like people do in real life. Mostly I work with the actors on what prompted you to start speaking. What prompted you to take that breath and to start, as opposed to I'm just listening for this word.
What wonderful new roads you're going down. Now, this all sounds really interesting, and you seem to really enjoy the show. Do you have any favorite moments or parts of the show as you've started to direct it?
We have been spending a lot of time, this is also very gratifying, I think, to look at the structure of the play. So the play has essentially 7 scenes. It's 2 acts, and it has 3 scenes in the first act and 4 in the second. And we have spending time breaking each scene down into units, where that might be, this part they're talking about this, and here they've completely changed the conversation. And then within units, there are beats, which is just like, so what time is it? There's just a feeling of a change in energy. So we've been really working on the structure of the play, because the actors are starting to learn, it's just a natural feeling when there's a change in beat, they want to move. And so I don't have to say, all right, here, on this page, you're going to walk to the door. On this, then you're going to turn around. They naturally want to do it because they understand the structure. It takes place over the period of like almost a year, but it just moves through time, and it moves through change in relationship. And at first, these characters, they're New Yorkers. They kind of have high-powered, extreme jobs. One is a war photographer. One is a journalist who covers the Middle East. You know, he's a war correspondent. One is an editor for a magazine, and one is an event planner in the city in New York. And so when you look at, on first look, it may seem like, I don't know that I have very much in common with these characters, but everybody is going to relate to what these characters go through, because it's the human experience. It's trying to make connections. It's wanting to build a life, maybe to build a family, or do I build a family, or when does the job get in the way of family? And so, like I said, in some ways it may sound a little foreign if somebody's reading about, this is about a roadside bomb and a war correspondent. It conjures up images that may not actually be true to what's going on. It's a story about marriage and relationship.
Well, those sound so unique and interesting. Those thematic elements are pretty new to Hardin-Simmons campus. Is there any certain image or theme that you hope audiences take away from this production?
Well, I guess the idea, perhaps, we're going to have talkbacks after the show's over. There are some moral, perhaps, or ethical questions in the play I mean, it brings up a lot of different things, but I guess the main one, the time stands still, the photographer that takes the hard pictures, the person that goes out and takes a picture, whether it is in, you know, Kandahar, or whether it is at a school shooting, or the person that takes the picture of somebody that's grieving or somebody that's in pain, or an animal that is lost from its mother. The person that takes the picture, is it their job to fix it or save it, or is it just to record the picture and show us some of the hard pictures? So to me, I mean, I think that there's some interesting conversation that can result from that.
What a very important question, and we're very glad that this show asked that. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thanks.